Yeah, she's fine. Walk down, can't be fine. See that one more time. They got this slow. Remy boys, they know us. You're here. I'm here. We're here. Fetty Wap is here. I just finished stuffing the last morsels of food in my mouth. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! So I just discovered a new show last night. And it good, girl. It's a good show. It's a good show. Okay. As always, giving a couple people some opportunities to enter the room. I've got my fan going. I've got my La Croix Guava San Paulo, which I really enjoy. Do I want to lower this? I do. I'm going to take my sound off just for a moment because I've got to blow my nose. I'm going to move my fan away from you guys so it's not blasted in your ear. There went that. You guys shooketh? Are we shooketh and shocked that I'm here 3 days this week? Or, yeah, 3 days this week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There was a lot of good television that I was able to catch up on. Not everything I want to review or I can review, but this is where we're at. Here, let me blow my nose, okay? As always, we're going to get started in 5 minutes to give the girls an opportunity to intro the room. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'm going to put my computadora on Do Not Disturb. And yeah, this shirt says naps over everything. It's a To Hear More shirt. I thought it meant naps as in like nappy hair, but some people are telling me it means naps as in sleep. So, you know. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, Miss Love wants to know, wow, what shows are you watching? So I'm watching RuPaul's Drag Race, 100%. It brings me joy, you know? Like I can't explain to you how much like actual joy it brings me. So I cannot tarnish it by having to talk about it in a live. Like I can go into other people's lives, like Nikki Starr here on YouTube. She does Real Housewives, 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup. You guys know who she is, right? Nikki Starr TV. I can watch her talk about RuPaul's Drag Race, but I personally cannot do it. The Dating Doula. Oh my God. Our words are colliding. The Dating Doula from Instagram. Hey girl, hey. You made it. Okay, so I'm watching that, RuPaul's Drag Race, Love After Lockup, but I don't have WeTV, so I have to find it on YouTube and watch it. And then I haven't watched Darcy and Stacey yet. Sometimes it could be too much. Like watching Darcy run into a brick wall over and over again and then keep crying is like hard, but I still stan her. You know what I'm saying? And then I haven't watched the episode yet, so I know I'm behind. I'm one episode behind. Now that I'm here on a Sunday, I'll be able to like sit down and really get into all the Discovery Plus amazingness. So I put my TV on last night and I forgot about 90 Day Vacation Bae. Like I had seen the promos for it and I was like, oh my God, it's a new 90 Day Fiance, but they're calling it Lost in Paradise, the Caribbean, a 90-day story. I was like, why don't you just call it 90 Day Vacation Bae? Because that's literally what it is. And that's what I'm going to call it. Hashtag 90 Day Vacation Bae. So I will be hashtagging that and coining that phrase. Hi, Connie. Good morning. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Mickey. Oh, Mickey's coming in as Mickey. Oh, Facebook. I see you. Good morning. Thank you so much. And so I'm going to watch Married at First Sight, but I don't know if I can commit to doing a recap on it. I cannot sit down and watch a 2-hour show. It's too long. Like 90 Day Fiance is the only 2-hour show that I'm willing to do. I just 2 hours, girl, for why? for why. I was watching Big Brother, but I stopped watching that. It's too much of a time commitment per week. And I think that is it. Otherwise, I'm just watching like shows. Like I just finished watching Star Trek Discovery, Paramount Plus. I'm checking out whatever else is on Paramount Plus. I think I want to like start binging a show or not. Like I'm checking out Netflix. I'm watching Never Have I Ever because I love it when they like just have people of color doing regular ass things. Yeah, so that's what I'm watching. Oh my God, Lone Star. 90-day vacation bay. Lone Star, tried your chai iced tea recipe. Oh my God, I'm in. Oh, it wasn't a recipe. It was just a brand. I mean, yeah. But yeah. Oh, did you put almond milk or like oat milk? And jaggery? Oh, jaggery is so bomb. Jaggery is made for chai tea. I mean, obviously, like chai tea or chai is how you say tea in India. And so when you say I want a chai, you're basically saying I want a tea. So the chai that I drink is, I just went on YouTube and found some ladies that were like, Indian ladies, and they showed me how to make chai. Okay, Dating Doula says Maps is doing too much. Most weeks I just watch Mrs. Kev on Stage reviews and not the episode. I love watching The Bald and the Beautiful talk about it. Like, I loved watching them talk about it. At the same time, Dating Doula, I get a little sad because I'm like, oh, Black Love. I wish I had that. Pan out, looking forlorn. But I love them. I do love them. Jen Cha, hello. I love Never Have I Ever so much. I shocked, LOL. It was a good thing to watch following The Good Place. Yeah, I haven't watched The Good Place. I watched like the first 2 episodes of it and I didn't really get into it. Maybe I should join it again, watch it again. But yeah, Never Have I Ever, like, even though it's a teeny angst show, it's just like people of color, like doing their own thug fizzle. It's effervescent. It's like sparkling water. Something new, something fresh. Lindsay J, hi, welcome. Okay, Mickey, you switched over. This is better. Just a new internet. Love in Paradise. I have hopes for this dirty pleasure. Listen, this first episode, I wanted more. When the episode ended, I was like, oh no, you can give me 30 minutes more. I'll take 30 minutes more. I wanted more. So yeah, I really like it. All right, there are 31 people in this room. We're at 7 minutes. Hey, Wah. Love this show already. Caught me off guard when I saw naked nipples, though. Oh, yeah. I said Discovery Plus. I said, okay, Matt Sharp Entertainment, Discovery Plus, connection. And they cuss in it, too, which I know the Discovery Plus, like all the other ones, they've been able to cuss in. Like, I think, like, 90-Day Diaries and, like, Single Life, they've been able to cuss in it, too. But, girl, it was, like, nipples and booties, okay? All up in this episode. Unnecessarily, though. Unnecessarily. I mean, yeah, it was weird. It was weird and interesting. Maybe they were just like, look, we're going to the Caribbean. We're going to be blotting out a lot of shit if we don't or a lot of stuff if we don't just show it. And so they made the executive decision to just show it. Right? Like they don't force anything weird just because they're Indian. Yeah, I love it. The main girl afterwards, I was like, let me look at her Instagram. Girl, cute as a button. Fly AF. You know what I'm saying? The mom I've seen in things. The cousin, I think I've seen her in something. I actually think I don't know what I've seen her in, but I think I have seen her. Oh, I got a mosquito bite. All of my life with these mosquito bites. Yeah, let's get some thumbs up, you guys. If you guys are in this room right now, there's 33 people. Going ahead and give this video a thumbs up. There should be 33 likes because if there's 33 of you guys, that means that this is an intimate group of people who like watching my stuff. So, yeah, Lindsay, going ahead. Can I just call you Lin J? Is that okay? I keep calling you. I want to call you Lin J. Lindsay, yes, Lindsay. You can definitely catch up on Discovery Plus, as well as the new episode. See, episode 2 is tonight as well. So I was really deciding if I was going to go live again tonight to talk about it so that I'm 100% caught up, because I don't know how I'm going to feel on Monday. I never know how I'm going to feel. So we'll see. I've got the makeup on. Maybe it'll be fine. Okay. Let's get started. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to this recap of Love in Paradise, the Caribbean, a 90-day story, aka hashtag 90-day vacation bay. You guys, this show is so good. I was into it. Now, I'm going to be snarky. I'm going to be a little like, but it was definitely good. So here are the four couples. We've got, what's her name? It's either Alyssa or what's this child's name? I'll go with them last because I have them. Ariana. So we've got Ariana and Sherlon in the upper corner. And then next to them, we've got Steven and Martine. And then right here, I'm trying to get to match up. Right here, we've got Mark and Kay. And right here, we have Amber and Daniel so far. So again, up here, we've got Ariana and Sherlon. Ariana's 25 years old. Sherlon is 35 years old. And then we've got Steven and Martine here. And they seem a little bit more evenly matched, honestly. And then we've got these two, Mark and Kay. And then we've got Amber and Daniel right here. All right. So this whole series is basically about 90-day fiance situations in which they met the person in the Caribbean. Now, none of these, all of them are at different points. One person is trying to start the 90-day fiance process. Another couple is like asking for a ring. So they're all in various different phases of before the K1 visa has been filed. So I think it's super, super interesting. All right, Saraya, welcome. Okay. So first couple that I want to talk about is Steven and Martine. So Martine is I can't remember how old she is, but she's not super young. She's from Miami, Florida. I'm assuming that she is Haitian because her name is Martine. And he is 31 years old. His name is Steven. He's from Barbados. He's a DJ and a promoter. He likes girls with thick thighs and big tum-tums, which are butts. And they've been together for 3 years in a long-distance relationship. And they met when she was on vacation somewhere, and he was on vacation the same place, and he was there for a bachelor party, and she was there for just like hanging out with her friends. It's not on Barbados. It was another island or another place. And he just came up to her when she was twerking, and she was like, "You can't handle all this." And he was like, "I can handle it." And they just like were with each other from then on out for the rest of the trip. And then she made several trips back and forth to meet him, and she's ready to get a ring on it. They've been talking now long distance for 3 years. Okay. Martine is doing, not Martine. Steven is doing well for himself. It's not like he's like, the rest of the guys, I think, are all people that have been met in the resort. But Steven is not. Steven is somebody who met her outside of his home country. And in his home country, he's a DJ and he's relatively famous. I imagine because he goes around to all the different resorts and probably brings the funk and the fun. And he's also a promoter. So he loves his job. He loves his whole entire situation. And he says that he loves Martine. He's also really about being on this reality show because they showed a scene of him saying, "Hi, my name is Steven and I'm from Barbados. I'm 31 years." He's like, nope. Let's do that again. That sounded corny. So he's all about this show and all about being on a reality TV, which I love. I love that about him. And I feel like Martine too, I feel like low key, she's ready for it. But I feel, so the way it's laid out to us is that Martine is thinking that their relationship is in one place and Steven is on another track. Steven says that he was in an 8-year relationship, which yielded his 6-year-old daughter, whom he loves. And it was a great relationship until it wasn't. And so it scarred him. And now he's not ready for anything like super serious or super permanent. He thinks that the relationship between him and Martine is perfect because she's not there all the time. Because there's a freedom to move about the cabin in a way that he didn't have or loves to have at this point in his life. And Martine is ready for him to put a ring on it. She says that a year into the relationship, he cheated on her. And the reason why I put cheating in quotes is because I honestly feel like if you're doing a long distance relationship and you are not together and there is no understanding of being monogamous, like truly like what that means, if that person isn't your boyfriend, then they're not cheating on you. They're just not telling you that they're not monogamous. I mean, yeah, so like she is under the illusion that he is faithful to her. And based on what he says, is that he's not ready for that type of monogamous relationship. So she went through his phone a year into the relationship and found all of this stuff. And my thing is like, he probably didn't think anything was wrong with it, which is why he had it on his phone to begin with. So she found it in text messages and naked pictures and like got upset with him. And then they ended up, I guess, getting back together. Now, I don't know what actually happened. We only have her version of what happened. And she's telling her friends this as they're on a little boat in the like Miami Marina, I assume. And it's, first of all, the shot is beautiful. I mean, it's her and her friends. Her wig is going to and fro. We're seeing her little beady beads on this side, which, listen, I'm not mad at. And they're all like just good looking young people on a yacht. I mean, not a yacht, on a boat, you know? And so they're telling her that, you know, she needs to have a good clarifying conversation with him. And she hasn't seen him in 4 months because of COVID. So she's decided, I'm going to go see him finally, and I'm going to get there. And she gets there. He's there with flowers. He says that he didn't think that his apartment was the right space for the two of them. And part of me was like, oh no, you just knew you were filming and you didn't want them to see your apartment. Like if you're going to show Barbados, you're going to show yourself and your country in the most luxe manner possible, which I'm not mad at. And I wouldn't be surprised if production helped him do that. If merely his apartment wasn't fit for cameras, he didn't want cameras in his home, you know? So he says that he went all out and he spent the money and got a suite in a resort. And it's good. It has its own pool. The view is beautiful. And then there's the beach. And so it's really nice. And they're kissing. And I'm just like, you know, good for them. I feel like they like each other at the very least. He says that he loves her. And she says that she loves him, and they go out to have dinner. And while they're at dinner, the waitress recognizes him and says, oh, you're the guy who was here the other night. And he's like, yeah, it was me. And he's like, you know, he's into it. He's like smiling. And the waitress is like, okay, yeah, I like you. And then she orders, Martine ends up ordering a rum punch with mostly rum. And then when the server comes back, she's like, oh, I made it for you just like that. I made it extra rum for you, which I know was a producer setup. Also, throughout that entire scene, Martine's bangs switch from side to side. When we first see her, she's got it slicked down on what I would assume is the right side, and she's got a swoop to the left. But then other times we see her, it's swooped this way, and then this is not as slick. So I said they filmed this scene 2 different times. So 2 different times she had to act like she was so pissed off and angry that this server is flirting with her man. And I was like, I know producers put server up to that, because guess what? The server was mic'd. I could hear the server loud and clear. Come on, TV magic. You're not about to fool me. You're not about to fool me. Okay? I seen it. I saw that whole produce situation. So they've been together for 3 years and she's still clueless as to what they are and where she stands with him. Exactly, loving my curves. That's exactly what I say. Baba baby blinky blink is a girl. I'm telling you, I can't stand reality TV production. So like, listen, I'm just here to tell you guys what it is. GG, it's BAI. I mean, BAE. Okay, 90 Day Vacation BAE. Just so you know. I just may have to check out 90 Vacation Bay. 90 Day Vacation Bay. Okay. She was doing the Ray J with the hat, LOL. Oh, I don't know what that is. The waitress was doing the most. You're right. So here's the deal. At first I was like, why is she getting so upset? Why is she jealous? Like blah, 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 blah. And then I said to myself, you know, if that were me, I would feel disrespected, honestly. I would be like, you see me here. Don't tell this man that you brought the drink specifically for him when I was the one who ordered it and asked you to make it. So that's how you know it's fake. It's doing too much. Like, it's doing too much. I filmed a show and I hated that they asked me to cry multiple times. Listen, I went on an episode of Bethany and they had me doing things over and over again. Like a talk show. So it's a lot. They produce a lot of segments, you guys. A lot of segments. So anywho, she says that she's like, oh, I need a ring, is in one of the previews. And he's like, what? She's like, I need you to prove that you love me. Like, I need it to be crystal clear, like diamond. And I just said, no. There is no way that this person is going to up and root his life and move to the US. Excuse me. Also, like, has she even mentioned his daughter? What is her relationship with his daughter? His daughter is 6 years old. She's been with him for 3 years. That means that she has known that child for at least 3 years, right? Maybe even 2, maybe he kept that a secret. But like, does the daughter know you? She should know you as often as you've gone to Barbados to hang out with him and to be with him. And she even said to herself that she's never had a real life situation with him, that it's all just been partying and island hopping and clubbing. Like, that not a real relationship makes. So it seems bananas that she's now wanting to be married. It seems banana. Okay, let's move on to the next couple. So next couple that was at least not as adventurous and not as exciting is Mark and Kay. Okay, so Kay is a 36-year-old personal trainer living in Panama. She's originally from Buenos Aires. Mark is a 39-year-old American man from Huntington Beach, California. And they met, let's just say 9 years ago, right? They met 9 years ago in Panama, where she was vacationing and he was vacationing. And they had a real good time together, and then they ended up just going their separate ways. He gets back to the States, and they continue talking to each other. And it turns out that she had a really bad ketamine addiction. I'm actually going to have to look that up because I don't know what it is. I don't know how people take it. I don't understand. I thought it was a horse tranquilizer. Ketamine. What is ketamine? Ketamine is used by medical practitioners and veterinarians as an anesthetic. Oh yeah, so it is a like a animal tranquilizer. Ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic used to block pain and sedative in patients. Oh, okay. Oh, Special K is the street drug. Oh. Purple. Oh, that's purple? Special K? Kit Kat? Super acid. Vitamin K. Is Ket a horse tranquilizer? Here are a few of the most common myths around ketamine. Ketamine is a street drug named Special K. Is condemned as a horse tranquilizer. The truth is ketamine is used better in practice than an anesthetic. It's not a horse tranquilizer. Okay, anyways, that's what you guys need to know about that. So she was in rehab in Buenos Aires because she had a really bad ketamine. She had a really bad ketamine addiction. So he goes to Buenos Aires to be there with her. And he's there to support her. She speaks, I think, no to very little English. Her family speaks no English. And he ends up being like being lonely while he's there to help her because no one speaks English. And he's just kind of there in the house and not understanding. And so they go their separate ways just because it wasn't going to work, right? And he says that he says, okay, so then they went their separate ways. He was there for 6 months. He moved back to the States, and she just like lived her life. In between time, she moves permanently to Panama to live there and to live a life in a beautiful coastal or a beautiful island, in Panama. Or she's on an island, but it's an island off of Panama, or she's on the coast of Panama. She said island, so I'm going to go with that. And 9 years later, she contacts him and is like, hey, just to let you know, I'm clean, I'm recovered, I'm living in Panama. And so he thinks to himself, this is my opportunity. I let her get away the first time. He's like, I don't know what would have happened had I just learned Spanish. And I said to myself, what is wrong with Americans? You have fallen in love with somebody who speaks Spanish, whose whole family is Spanish. You move to Buenos Aires. You're there for 6 months and you end up leaving because you feel isolated and alone because no one speaks your language. How about you learn their language? Now, 9 years ago, he was 30 years old. So at that big age, you should have known better. And I'm not going to like say like, oh, I'm not mad at him for doing this, and I'm not saying that Mark is bad for his choices. I just think it's an American disease for us to be so ridiculous about, yeah, Crystal, that's true. It's just so, why is it now that it's like dawning on him, what would have happened if I had just learned Spanish? Listen, I have been trying to learn Spanish for the better part of 2 decades, okay? I cannot get it in my brain. Like I can read it and understand it much better than hearing it, and even less than speaking it. Like, I'm sorry. I speak it the least. I understand it the middle. I can read it the best. Like when I'm reading something, I can better understand what I'm reading than if like someone's talking to me. But I just said to myself, if I moved to Central America to be with somebody, I would not let not understanding the language stop me from being with that person. I'm going to figure it out. You're going to speak to me in Spanish. You're going to teach me this language. That's not going to stop me. It's going to be frustrating. I'm going to be sad a lot, but that's not going to stop me. It's like crazy. It's crazy. That's me with French. And anytime anyone learns English, I'm always in such awe of them. Like, I'm like, because I can't, it's so hard for me to learn Spanish and I'm surrounded by it. Like, I just can't. Lindsay says I use body language. Like, what do you do? I think of Europeans knowing a myriad of languages and of world history. That being said, I don't see the same thing with language in English-speaking countries. Yeah, it's just weird. Not just the language, the customs. It blows my mind when Americans go abroad and get mad about other customs. It like bananas. Like, listen, I don't get it at all. Listen, when in Rome, I am a Roman. Okay, I don't pretend to still be American. To be honest, I've been trying to learn German for 7 months living in Switzerland. And if I were single, I would leave. It's so difficult. Whew. Yeah. Maybe I could learn. Maybe I could learn German because a lot of English is like Germanic. I think English is a Germanic language, right? So like Guten Morgen. But I don't know. Anywho, so we've got more on Key. So Key has reached out to Mark, and Mark is now going to go to Panama to get her to like be with her, to try to marry her or whatever. And Key is talking to her homegirl, who, P.S., Key and her homegirl are not what majority of Panamanians look like. And right now I'm annoyed because they're representing Panama as white women. And she's like, oh, I never thought I would marry a gringo. And I'm like, you're a gringo. But listen, I'm not going to say what of European descent she is, but like there's an indigenous folk and then there's a non-indigenous folk. And I just am annoyed that I haven't seen, she's in this island. Like, why haven't I seen what the people of Panama look like? Because she's not it. And neither is her homegirl. And is that what happens? Do South Americans just move up to Central America? Like, is that one of the things that they do? Kind of the way like Americans, where do Americans move? Like to Hawaii, even though Hawaii is a part of America. But like, it's the thing I think of. It's like, just move to a whole other country. Like an American just moved to Hawaii. And all of a sudden, you're just living in Hawaii. Got a whole culture, got a whole people. And now you're like, I'm Hawaiian. Girl, you're not. Anyways, so she's there and her homegirl, and they're talking because the homegirl's like, Key has had a lot of boyfriends. She's broken a lot of hearts. Key says that she is not into monogamy. And she loves Mark because he was there for her when she was at her worst, he was there for her. But she doesn't want monogamy, and that's not a thing for her. So then I'm wondering, like, what is it that she is thinking is going to happen? How would you get into a relationship with someone and you're not monogamous? I understand polyamory. I understand being in a relationship with 2 people at the same time. But when you say you would like to be in a relationship, it's like, I just need to know who her other partner is. I don't need to know it. I just need to know that she is having another partner. Because what does that mean? She's going to be with him and not going to be exclusive and just going to like have sex with other men? That's so confusing to me. Also, it feels dangerous, STD wise. And like, then what kind of committed relationship are we in? I just don't get it. Not to say that I don't understand, like, I want you to do whatever, but I feel like polyamory is very specific and than just not being monogamous. Because then I'm like, do you live with somebody? Do you share a life with somebody? Do you have kids with somebody, but then you're not monogamous? You just sleep with other people on the side whenever the need suits you? Do you and your partner talk about it? Or is it something that just happens? And then, like, how much time do you spend with that other person? Is it an emotional relationship, or is it just sex? Like, you know what I'm saying? Crystal says she's for the streets of Panama. Isn't it a small city they're in? I'm sure it's a guys know there. Sorry, I can't read because I don't have my glasses on. But like, I don't know. I just imagine that she's in a tourist area. It's very bright, so I imagine it's touristy, and so she just sleeps with like tourist people who come through. They are. Mickey says he hadn't asked but expected that when serious she would change up. Miscommunication. Exactly. Because she tells her friend, she's like, I can't give him that because that's what he wants. Kay is definitely letting him know Mark will have to move with her. Yeah, because she says she doesn't want to come to the US. She says that she doesn't see anything fancy or special about the US, and besides peanut butter, the peanut butter there might be better. Listen, I stand that. I stand that sentiment 100%. Ain't nothing amazing about the US, okay? It is just a bunch of bills and a bunch of stress. Credit is ridiculous. The fact that you need credit to own anything is bananas. The fact that if you spend too much money on something, the government is like, tut, 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 you have money? But then if you have a lot of money, the government is like, oh, you can keep it. It's so bananas. Like, honestly, if infrastructure was better in other places, I would be out of the country 100%. And now I don't want to go to Canada. I want to go someplace where there are people who look like me, people who speak a different language. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times those places, them infrastructures don't be the greatest. And I have the capacity to make decent money in other countries, right? I'm an English speaking person. I would have that privilege. But then, like, how would I give back to the community? It's just a lot to think about. I'm always thinking about same stuff like that. But like, listen, the US ain't the spot, okay? Yes, you can make money here, but you can also spend it like crazy in order to live any kind of decent lifestyle. Like, you have to work, you know, you have to hustle. It's a hustle. It's a hustle on a different scale, but it's still a hustle. The fact that you need credit kind of pisses me off about everything. The fact that you can't just save your money up and like live your life and like buy land and have it. Like, even if you own the land, you still need to pay the government to own it. You own the land, but they tax you for owning the land. So you still have to pay them. And if you don't, they will take the land from you. So is it really yours though? Like, Miss Brown Sugar says, you asked all the right questions. There are many ways to have a polyamorous relationship, multiple relationships, and consensual non-monogamy, open relationships. The rules are specific to the partners. Exactly. You have to ask those questions. The dating doula says, I'm always shocked at couples who want to make major life-changing decisions but can't have tough conversations. Mind you, this could be production, but it's odd. What did Crystal say? Reminds me of Evelyn from Evelyn from 90 Day the other way. Yeah, no, you're right. It's really interesting. It's like, I don't understand why she reached out to him. She knows he's going to want her to move to the US, and she knows he's most likely going to want her to be monogamous. Listen, as much as everyone likes to be like, oh, the beaches in California are beautiful. Yes, but they are nothing compared to any Caribbean beach. Any Caribbean beach, okay? Hands down, Caribbean waters are the best. I haven't seen Hawaiian, Polynesian waters, so I don't know. But what I'm saying is, compared to the Caribbean, Huntington Beach ain't shit. Venice Beach, Newport Beach, none of them beaches. That water is cold. You don't want it. So like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, so I think that's all I have to say about them. Let's move on to, it sounds like someone keeps trying to open my door. Sorry, that's why I keep looking to the left. Let's move on to this couple here because, first of all, they're not even in the same space. Look at this. Look at their hands. Look at their hands. So I know that they don't live together. Okay, so this is Sherlon, and this is Ariana. So Sherlon is 35, and he and his father own a tourist boat in Jamaica called Little Reefer. He also works at a swingers resort where we saw a lot of teats and aces, and just for no reason, there's a lot of butts and a lot of titas, like nipples. You know what I'm saying? Of like a swingers resort that he works at. And he says that he's used to doing the do and meeting up with tourists and having sex and having them go about their business. He's seen orgies, probably been in orgies. You know what I'm saying? So he lives a pretty like, loosey-goosey, wild, and looks like fun life. You know, they have their own business. Jamaica is beautiful. I haven't been to Jamaica because I always think, oh, Jamaica's overrated. But really, I just need to go. And, oh, I forgot to tell you, this episode is called Drop It Like It's Hot. Tropic like it's hot. Tropic like it's hot. Tropic like it's hot is the name of this episode. Anyways, so Ariana is 25 years old and she is from Illinois. And she has always been the big girl who people have said like, oh, you know, she's so pretty, but she's big. Or if she lost more weight, she'd be this, but pretty in the face, you know, blah, blah, blah. Which I had somebody actually say that to me too. Like, you're so pretty, but you're dark. That was in high school. No, I'm no longer traumatized. Anywho, so she then was like, F it. And just like one day started lifting weights and losing weight. And she felt the best she'd ever felt. And she went to vacation in Jamaica with her sisters to celebrate. So she was in celebration. And she meets this man named Sherlon who made her feel amazing. You know, she looked amazing. She felt amazing. He made her feel like she was the most beautiful person. And they met, I think, the last 2 days of her time in Jamaica. They had an amazing time. And she was with him just for 2 days. And then she gets home and a month later realizes that she is pregnant. And so she tells Sherlon that she's pregnant. And in her like confessionals, the girl is crying about the fact that she got pregnant after having sex with somebody who she knew for 2 days. She says that it was a wild night and that she got carried away and that she, you know, knew the consequences and just like didn't think about them. And this thing happened. And I said, child, you are 25 years old and you went to Jamaica while you were ovulating. She didn't know. I would not have known. But now these are the consequences. And her ask from Sherlon is so bananas, you guys. She would like for Sherlon to move to the US and help her raise this baby. Listen, him not to marry she. Okay? Unfortunately, you made a decision that now is yielding probably a really cute baby. But this man is not going to come to cold ass Illinois to be with you, to help you raise this child. He is 35 years old, living the life. Also, who knows how many children he has out there? His family is they end up going to Jamaica with her to like debo him into marrying her, which was wildly inappropriate. So what's happening is that she's having conversations with him, and of course he's being nice to her. Of course he's saying like, yes, you know, I'm okay that you're pregnant, because there's no financial anything on him. There is nothing that he is going to have to do to help her raise this kid. Nothing. He's not moving to the US, least of all Illinois. Like, Why would you leave that to be with this 25-year-old? Absolutely not. So like she then her and her mom are in the thrift store looking for baby clothes and having a conversation about Sherlon. She calls him, he says hi Miss Karen to her mother. And the mom's just like, hello. And mom's like, yeah, she really thinks that he's going to, help her raise his kid, but I don't think that that's going to be a possibility. And it looks like they've been talking now since she's been pregnant. And I don't know how far along she is, but this is all very, very new because she's still able to travel. So however pregnant she is right now, she's still able to travel outside of the country. So she's what? I think you can't travel after 7-8 months. I'm not sure. You guys tell me if you're pregnant. But like, she just is like, I never thought I'd be a single mother. And I said, then you should have got your ass on some birth control. Or like, I don't know, got some plan B. Like, you need to have a plan, sis, if you're going to go to a foreign country and have unprotected sex with a local when you're ovulating. But then again, I don't drink. Well, I do now, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can imagine the circumstances that she's in, but the fact that she wants this man to marry her is crazy. The fact that she thinks that this man's going to help her is bananas. So in the preview, it shows like his mom is like, oh, so do you have any other kids with tourists? And the answer is yes. And you know what? Those women didn't come back and ask him to raise that kid because they understood what happened. They understood what the F they did and that he wasn't going to be able to help them. Okay? He's not rich. They're not rich. He's not rich. He's not going to be able to give money back to her. He can maybe, I don't know what kind of emotional support he can give. I'm sure he'll want to have a relationship, but the everyday, day-to-day money and whatnot is not going to come from him, no matter how nice he is to her. And she is having a hard time having those hard conversations with him. One, because I'm sure she's still embarrassed. It's awkward to have. He's 35 years old. He's 10 years older than her. And this is a vacation bay sleigh. That's all it was. And she got pregnant and is now looking at him for assistance. You're not going to get into it. You're not going to get it. Him not for marry she. Okay? That's just what it is. Hashtag him not for marry she. Like, woo. This is my favorite couple. Might be biased because I'm from Jamaica, LOL. Poor girl, she found herself a waste man. Sherlon is not for you, sis. He's for the streets. She needs to act accordingly. Like, I mean, I feel bad that she actually thinks this is going to happen. And this is going to be good because her family's going to go over there and act a bloody fool. They are. They're going to go over there and act up because they're like, you need to do something. But I'm like, he's not going to do anything. He doesn't owe her anything. Listen, I'm sorry. This is the way I feel. It's your woman. You're the woman. It's your body. You go over someplace and have unprotected sex while you're ovulating. Girl, what you expect to happen? Listen, I don't know. Women need to sit down and have a real comprehensive conversation about babies with their girls because these girls be out here wilding. And even Miss Karen understands that this is not, that she understands what's going on. Mom knows this is not going to happen. So I have to know that they're only going there for the drama. How many Devons, Kailanis, Aries can TLC find? These women need to use condoms. Listen, or at least, if you don't use condoms and you get pregnant, you just need to be like, this is what it is. Don't go over there acting like you need them to help you. They're not going to financially help you. No man from an island or Central America is going to financially be able to financially assist you because your American dollar goes way further. So if you want help, you are going to have to get a job that's virtual where you're still working out of the US, you still get in that USD and then move to that country so that your USD can go far. That is the only way that's going to work. You know how many kids Sherlon has? What? I need to go there. I need some sperm, Sherlon. I want to have a baby. So maybe I need to go to Jamaica, find me a Sherlon, and just get pregnant. Because girl, I just can't. She knew him for 2 days. How can she think it's a good idea to have him as a father figure for her child? 2 days. That's me with my second baby's biodec. Took Plan B and it didn't work. But I'm totally reaping what I've sown. Mm-hmm. Also, 90 Day Fiance, like with Molly, it seems these young island guys hate it when they come here. Oh, let me tell you. Yes, it is hard here. You have to really want to come to the US. Like the same thing with like what's his name? The Belizeans with Stephanie. Those Belizean men they think they want to come to the US. But you don't want to go to the Midwest, bro. Like if your first stop should at least be California, or you need to go to New York, where you're at least surrounded by your culture. So the weather is terrible. If you're used to tropics and sunshine and humidity, going to New York City or any place that has the 4 seasons is going to be horrible for you. Horrible. Like it's one thing to go there for school or for a job, but it's a whole other thing to realize that you're going to have to live in that weather for the rest of your life. And then you're going to have to work certain types of jobs until you can get to a place where you're doing something better. It is hard. It is hard. And the one thing I think that helps people move forward is community. Where is the Jamaican population in Illinois? I mean, I'm sure there is, but like, you're not going to be happy. You're going to miss your friends and family. You're going to miss the ease of the day. You're going to miss getting up, around 10 o'clock, or, you get up earlier because it's hot, right? So you got to get your stuff done in the middle very early, so that in the heat, the highest heat point, you're not out in the sun. You're relaxing under a hammock somewhere, having a siesta. But like, it's hard. God, it's paradise over there, you guys. It's paradise. And then come back to the funky US, paying taxes. Monica says you're absolutely right. Their first stop should be South Florida. Yes. Yes. GG, forget IVF, save your coin and go to Jamaica. Girl, listen, I might as well. So true. Their first stop should be South Florida, Cal. Yeah. I just said that. Here's one. Yep. Miami and NYC are the 2 best cities for Caribbean immigrants. Even though New York is cold, they have a community. You just can't. You just can't. My cousins and I talk about it all the time. If I didn't grow up in Cali, I wouldn't live here because it's expensive AF. They left and have a hard time coming back and still been back. Yeah, I'm trying to leave too. It's hard out here. They say Jamaican hits differently. Take a trip. Oh God. When am I gonna take a trip next? Like, girl, it just is bothering me. It was just bothering me. She's like, I worry about being a single mom. Sis, you about to be a single mom regardless of if he's there or not. Let me tell you. Okay, so talk about everybody? Oh no, I didn't talk about these two. So this is interesting because we've got Daniel, who's 23 years old, who is Venezuelan living in Costa Rica. And we've got Amber, Thoughty Thought Amber, who's 30 years old from Florida. Amber loves to travel. And when she travels, she is a sex tourist girl. She is about getting in those countries, meeting that different peen, and mating with that different peen. But then she was in Costa Rica and she met Daniel, and Daniel was all about her. Listen, 30 years old and a 23-year-old man is hanging off your boobie while you're just, there's a shot of her with him and he's just like laying on her boob. Like, I was just like, you know what? I ain't even mad at it. I see why she's into him. He speaks English too. So it makes it even easier for her to communicate with him. And so she's having a chitty chat with her sisters where she's talking to them about going to Costa Rica finally because she hasn't been able to go because of COVID, and being worried that Daniel might just be using her for the US visa, but she does love him and she wants to give this a chance, and she's never felt this way. And out of all of her travels throughout her life, like, this is the first time this has ever happened. And her sisters are supportive, but they're also level-headed. One sister has on the makeup. The other sister does not have on the makeup, and Amber is in between them with eye makeup and no face makeup. Not to say that they need to have makeup on, but I just noticed that. And so I love the relationship between her and her sisters. I love that her sisters are being supportive, yet cautious. I really do. I just like it. So they're talking to her and they really want her to be careful before she goes in there and makes a fool of herself. But then she calls Daniel, and Daniel hasn't done anything in the year that she's started this process, or 11 months in which she started this K1 process. He hasn't gotten his his police record. He hasn't gotten his birth certificate. And she's like, what are you doing? And then he lost his job because I guess he worked at a resort. So he lost his job due to COVID. So she's been having to foot the bill for everything. So she says it's really stressful for her. And I'm just like, man, how much are you sending him? Like $200? Like how much? I don't, when people say that they support people, I'm like, how much are you sending them? Like $200 a month is a lot, but I think you could do it, right? If you shuffled some stuff around, you should be able to do it. $500 is, no, I'm not sending you $500 a month. That's a whole bill. What are you giving me in return? So I just wonder, I always wonder them. People say that they're paying for someone, like when Tiffany talks about paying things for Ronald, when these women talk about like sending money, I'm like, how much are you sending? I don't think you need to send that much. So sorry, I'm going through you guys are talking. Talks amongst yourself. Hope you guys are having a good time. So then he says that his phone broke and that if she can send him a phone. And she gets upset about that. And she's like, but I'm already paying for all this stuff and now I need to send you a phone. And when the Wi-Fi went down, I had to pay for the Wi-Fi. Listen, I found out that the electric bill in Guatemala for my uncle's house is like $30. And I think it's like here's $30. Like, I don't know. I don't remember how much it was, but like it was like $30 for like 2 months or something, girl. Like it was like so cheap. So I'm like, how much are you spending? How much are you spending? Costa Rica, I know is, I don't know. I feel like Costa Rica and Guatemala might be complimentary as far as how much things cost. And so he's like, what's the big deal? Like, you know, when I get there and I make money, I'll take care of the both of us. But just for right now, she's got to do this. And sorry, sparkling water coming up. And so I was just curious as to how much money. And then I'm like, you don't have to buy this boy an iPhone, sis. Like, can't you just get him like a $200 phone? How much do phones cost? I don't know. But she's like upset that she has to send him a phone now because he broke his phone. I just want to know how much everything costs. Like, I just want to know how much everything costs. So Azan made up to make him sound less common. Hassan is like, oh yeah, that's his name. Sorry, but I'm paying for the K1 visa. I'm not spending no dang money until you land here. Let's see how serious you are when the funds dry up. Who says I don't learn stuff with 90 day? So like, yeah, Clementine says she doesn't understand fully about supporting him fully without being married. I don't understand that either. I mean, not fully, but I guess I've never dealt. The person that I talked to in Guatemala was like, would never ever want me to send him anything, ever. Like the machismo and the pride in that one was overbearing. I was like, I'm not about to sit up here and be sweating in this heat because you don't want me to pay for something. I'm gonna go in here and pay for this air conditioning. You gonna come with me or no? Because I'm not about to sweat here. So anyways, I do things for my own convenience. You can come along, but I'm not about to be inconvenienced for you because you're machismo, sir. Nope. Anyways, Daniel seems like he's cute and seems like he's super into her, but he just feels like he's too relaxed. And that's what he says. He says that, you know, in Costa Rica, everything is very relaxed. People take their time. And I'm just like, okay, I know people in Guatemala who are relaxed as well, but when you ask them to do something, they go fucking do it. So it's interesting. Danielle says, do you think any of these couple have a chance of making it? Definitely not Sherlon. Steven, no. Unless Steven and Martine are actually truly together and they're just doing everything for the cameras, then I think they would be able to make it, right? Because I don't think Steven is a beholden to, I mean, he makes a good living in Barbados. And if I were Martine, I would just go live in Barbados with him. Let's see. So do I. I will pay for my own comfort as well. Wow. Yeah. I kind of think they're all doomed too. Let's look at them again. Yeah, I mean, the only people that might make it are Amber and Daniel. They might make it. They might make it. They might make it. But Daniel would need to really get his ish together. The hardest thing is that Daniel's only 23 years old. So, like, how could he really get himself together? Oh my God. Dating Dula, we said the same thing. Daniel was 23 years old and has zero experience in life or hustle. He's going to hate the US when he gets here. Yeah, you're right. Unless these women are willing to move there for them to actually, you know, have the man stand up and pay the bills, like you can't expect them to come to the US and do well. They're not going to. Is this that couple that was photoshopped? The Prego couple? No. The Prego couple is here. The ones where they're not actually touching hands, that's them. Homegirl just better cut her losses and live her life. Me over here crying, having her whole family mob on this man on the beach, talking about how many kids he got. So, anyways, you guys, that is the end of my recap. I hope you guys will watch the show. I think it's really interesting. I think it's fun. I think it's going to be a lot of things to talk about. Tiana, did you just walk up in here? Girl, we done. Dayton Dula, yes, she needs to move to Costa Rica. Find yourself a little internet job and let Daniel sort himself out. If he doesn't, get back the first thing. Smoke. Yeah. Yep. Are you guys still talking about Azan? Okay, I'm gonna leave Quasi and Mickey alone. They're having a whole different conversations. They look like paper dolls, like you dress up with those little tabs. Yes, they do. But yeah, I hope you guys watch. It comes on tonight. I don't know what time. I'm assuming 8 or 9, you know, the normal TLC times or the Discovery Plus times, maybe 10, who knows. It's only an hour show. So far, it's only 4 couples. If they could keep it down to 4 couples, I'd be really happy. I feel like they're not, though. I feel like they're going to give us 2 more couples that we don't need. But I want them to give us, you know, keep us with these good couples and that all have different circumstances. I mean, Ariana and Sherlon, super interesting. Martine looks like she's just going to cut up and be yelling and crying at Steven the whole time. And then you've got Kay and Mark, which she's not moving to the US. He's not going to learn Spanish and stay in Panama. And also, he's probably not going to be down with her not wanting to be polyamorous. So really, what is he coming to Panama for? To have a good time for a month and then go back to the US? And then we've got Daniel and Amber, which I think are the most interesting. Not the most interesting. I'm interested in their storyline because Daniel's such a little like boy and she's a grown woman. She's over here crying because this 23-year-old won't do something. Listen, this little 23-year-old, but I get it though. I loved a youngin' in a foreign country once. All right. Thanks for the review. I'll keep me company the whole time I was jogging. You're welcome, Connie. The episode dropped at midnight. You can catch it now. Oh, shoot. I'm going to go watch it then. So maybe I'll go watch it and then keep my makeup on and come back in a couple hours. Wah is the best at Quasi and love the pre-recorded because of the theatrics. And yeah, I can't do the pre-recorded anymore. Okay. That's it, you guys. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Stay tuned. I might go live again tonight to talk about episode 2. You guys have a fantastic week. And remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. I missed this. I missed this live review. Oh, you did. I'm so sorry. Bye, guys.